Now, with the whole thing with Rawton, yeah, I was very big on him, and I was surprised when they traded him, but I didn't get the whole story. I know it was disciplinary reasons. What was the disciplinary reasons? Did anyone see what it was with Rawton?
I haven't the slightest clue of what that even means.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean, BS, but I'm not sure what it was. But the Grizzlies sure did pick him up easy. I really would have liked him, as a backup guard because I thought, he was ready for the challenge and he had something to prove. But hey, things happen. So now we got to go look for another two guard behind D Rose. So we have a lot of holes to fill, and I don't want to, put so much. I mean, Kevin Durant is worth it. Don't get me wrong. He's definitely worth it. But again, if we don't, then the possibilities of getting, like Lee, Noah, Crawford, and, maybe, who knows, maybe Gasol will give us a discount because, he could have come to the Knicks before, but we didn't have money before he went to the Bulls. We didn't have enough money under our cap to get him. So, I mean, who knows? There's just a lot of possibilities that can happen, and you just got to look forward to how things are going to look for the Knicks on Friday.
All right. Let's go to Victor. Victor, I got two questions for you, sir. One for your Bulls and one about the Knicks. As far as the Bulls, you kind of already laid out your thoughts as far as being disgusted. What are the other fans in your fan base are saying about the team? As far as building, are you guys mad at Paxson and Foreman? What is the collective through the Bulls themselves as far as rebuild? I guess is it a rebuild? I guess you could say it's not, or retooling around Jimmy Butler. If you want to add on that, and then also, how do you objectively look at the Knicks from the outside looking in?
I don't understand if we're doing a rebuild or a retool. I'm honestly completely lost. I'm upset at the fact that we are, while we're deciding what we're going to be, we're alienating players. When you got a player that comes out and vehemently says he's not resigning, i.e. Noah, he's not coming back to Chicago after he's been pro-Chicago since 2009 when he was drafted or whatever, 2007 when he was drafted. And he's done nothing but assist the franchise from the minute he walked in the door, for him to just say he's vehemently not coming back. Like something, what are you guys doing to the players? Why are the players why does nobody want to come to Chicago, the third biggest market in the NBA? I don't understand these things. So it's got to be the man. It's got to be man.
Is Victor? Oh, Victor must have dropped off. Let's go to Asim. Asim, if you want to expand on your thoughts, and we get Victor to get his thoughts back as far as what's going on with the Knicks, and anything else additional in free agency with the rest of the teams.
Just really looking to see what some of these guys are going to get. I was listening to a lot of guys say it today, man. There's going to be a lot of guys that are mid-level players that's going to be getting max money because the cap is going up from $70 million to $94 million. That's a $24 million jump, and you got to spend at least $83 million to hit that salary floor. So, when you hear dudes like Harrison Barnes might get maxed out by Philadelphia, that just shows you, what time it is out there. But as far as the Knicks go, it's just I just want to see a solid competitive roster. And, I heard some stuff today that to me, normally, I don't listen to, sports talk and stuff like that. But today, I just happened to listen just to, somebody was interviewing Woj, from Yahoo, and that joke will be breaking all types of information, and it's usually on point. So I was just listening, and it seemed like the blatant disrespect that they have to the Knicks core right now is terrible, man. It seems, and all I keep hearing is everybody saying, well, Durant won't want to come here because the Knicks are not a ready-made situation, this, that, and the third. But the last time I checked, Cleveland had the number one pick in Wiggins. They weren't a championship caliber team. Then LeBron walks through the door, and they traded for Kevin Love, and then they had a bunch of guys that signed on for less money in order for them to chase a championship. So my whole thinking is, when you got a team with Melo and Porzingis and now Derrick Rose, if you add Durant to that, don't you think people would want to come and take veterans minimums to sign up with that team because they say, hey, we got a legit shot to come out of the East. All we got to do is dethrone LeBron and them. It's easier than doing it in the West. And I think a lot of people are like not giving the just due to that three-man set right there. I mean, when LeBron went back to Cleveland, all they had was Kyrie, and they had just drafted Wiggins. You go into a team with two All-Stars on there, Rose is a former All-Star, and a potential budding All-Star. Why would you not be interested in something like that is beyond me. But, I mean, we'll see how it all plays out. But the one thing I can say is it feels good to have management where you don't know what's going to happen, because everything that's happened so far was the total opposite of what Phil said. Remember, he was only supposed to hire a coach that was triangling somebody he knew. He wasn't going to chase after a point guard. He hired Hornacek and he traded for Derrick Rose. So it seems like he's just putting false narratives out there to rile people up and to throw people off the scent of what he really wants to do. And I like that, because we all been Knicks fans and heard rumors about the Knicks going after players and how much they were going to give them 2 and 3 weeks before free agency started, and then people just backdoored us and took players. Now it's like nobody knows what Phil is going to do, and I kind of like that unpredictability. So hopefully it can continue, and if he don't land Durant, he can get us some solid players, and we can have the next step of building the team to be a credible contender in the East as far as making the playoffs and winning a round or two.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey,
call
Steve,
number
real quick,
929-477-4171. Who's that? Chris?
Yeah, that's me. Let's bring on a caller for the 646 real quick before Tom comes on. 646, what's happening?
Okay. Call from the 646.
646, you there? Hello, 646. You on the line or what?
646-596. All right, maybe he's just listening in. All right, let's go back to Tom, and then I still want to get Victor's perspective on how he sees the Knicks as well. Then we go back to Av. Okay. Tom, let me ask you, with the Lakers, are you cool with the Lakers pick getting Ingram, and then also what's your thoughts as far as them rebuilding their team as well, and also your other additional thoughts with the free agency with the league in general?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that pick. I mean, it's a kind of fun time to be a Lakers. It doesn't seem like it should be a fun time, but for me it is.
Yeah,
I feel like this is it's the first time that we've ever built with like young players that we've actually drafted. Like, yeah, we've gotten Kobe and that's kind of random, but like this is the first time we have a lot of high profile young guys, and it's like a different way to watch basketball for me, and it's kind of fun. The actual on-court basketball, I mean, we were in a competition last year, the Knicks and the Lakers, for who could possibly have a worse coach. It was just a nightly battle between Rambis and Byron Scott to see who could do and say stupider things. So,
and our coaches came from your franchise, man.
I know. So it was, I mean, the on-court basketball it's been very complicated to cheer for the Lakers the last 2 years because we would have lost our pick if it fell outside the top 5, and then last year we would have lost our pick if it fell outside the top 3. So it's like you're sitting there wanting D'Angelo Russell or the young guys to do really well, but not well enough that you win, and it's just it's a super complicated way to cheer for basketball. I wouldn't recommend it. So, but I think that. The best part about the Lakers, and I think you can compare this to the Knicks too, right, is that if you're the Milwaukee Bucks, for example, right, and you drafted Brandon Ingram, you need that guy to turn into a superstar. He needs to be a Kevin Durant-level star because you're not going to sign any free. Like, it's just not going to happen. You're not going to lure Kevin Durant to play for the Bucks. The good thing about the Lakers and the Knicks, I think, is that D'Angelo Russell, Brandon Ingram, and Julius Randle don't need to be superstars. If they can just be good players or starters or even like six men, just good players, and we only have to pay those guys what amounts to about $20 million a year total for the next 3 years, eventually that core plus the lure of Los Angeles, and I know people are saying the lure of Los Angeles is dead, but I don't believe that. I think when all things are equal, New York and Los Angeles will get free agents over another city.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
With a nice young core and $80 million to play with, at some point we will land a legitimate star. And so it's kind of exciting now. Like, we don't need these guys to be stars. If they do turn out to be stars and we have $80 million, well, then that's a totally different story. But, 3 years ago it looked real bad for us. When Dwight Howard left, that was a really bad time for the franchise. But if you ask me right now, would I trade D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, and Brandon Ingram for Dwight Howard? I'd laugh. So, it's been a long 3 years since that happened, but I think that we're at least out the other side with some promising players. And now I think this offseason is going to be another one where people are saying, oh, big markets are dead, because I think both of our cities might get shunned by the huge. We've already been shunned by Durant. At the end of the day, I hope you guys do get Durant, but I think it's a long shot. And he probably goes back to OKC. But I think hopefully we can add – what I'm hoping is we can add one piece this offseason that starts building towards the future, whether that be a Biyombo or a Whiteside would actually be nice. He'd actually – even though I don't love any of the big-name, big-money free agents this offseason, I think he would actually fit in nicely with the Lakers. He's still only 27. But, yeah, we finally have a coach who should be decent. We have some actual hope, which is more than I can say for the last 3.5-4 years here.
I was going to ask you, Tom. Tom, I was going to ask the question about what kind of coach are you getting? What do you anticipate Walton doing for you?
So, I think that you're getting a coach that basically the last three coaches that we've had, Mike Brown, D'Antoni, and Scott, right? Mike Brown is a system coach. D'Antoni is a system coach, and Scott should be a peewee coach. But they weren't. Their systems weren't flexible, right? Like D'Antoni looked at a team that had Kobe Bryant, Pau Gasol, Dwight Howard, and I think Odom was still on the team, and he tried to make it into a run-and-gun offense. No, it was Nash. Nash was hurt. But he tried to turn it into a run-and-gun offense with two huge, lumbering big men. Mike Brown tried to slow things down. The thing I like about Walton is that I think the sign of a truly good coach is that he doesn't just bring his system in and say, run my system. He adjusts to his own players, and I think Walton is going to have the ability to do that. I think that on top of that, the Lakers have been labeled as this, old school organization, no analytics, selling people on Hollywood, not basketball. I think Walton's going to change that because I think he's bringing in partly the Golden State Warriors system, but also a modern version of basketball that the Lakers have not been playing for the last few years. And so I don't know what kind of coach we're getting, but we're at least getting one that fits this era of basketball and is not from a bygone era.
Right. Got you covered.
And I think you could say the same thing about your team, too. I think this is the first time in a long time you've had a coach. I know the triangle is always floating above your head, but Jeff Hornacek's a good coach. And those Phoenix Sun teams that he almost took to the playoffs for a couple of years before it fell apart last year, they shouldn't have even sniffed the playoffs, and he was taking them close. So I think he's a good coach, too.
All right,
cool.
Fair enough.
Before I go back to Av, because I got to get Av's expanded thoughts on this whole free agency, I'm bringing back on Victor because I want to give us his objective thoughts on the Knicks. Hey, Victor, can you give us your thoughts on the Knicks from the outside looking in?
From the outside looking in, man, I think it'd be a good idea for you guys to go after Noah. I don't think you guys are going to be able to afford him because I'm hearing that Washington wants wants to give him 4 years, $120 million.
That's a false report.
Which that's a false report?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's reported.
$30 million a year for Noah. I love knowing what he brings to the table, but that's just insane. That is insane. But
okay.
I like what the other dude said was going to put Porzingis at center, and then I think if you put Noah next to Porzingis, he does all the dirty work for Porzingis. He plays it. He can play the power forward position, even though he's more suited for center. He can play the power forward, but I think it'd be a good pickup for you guys. And you guys gotta get a perimeter defender, because everybody knows Melo plays zero defense. So you don't want to turn the Knicks into Houston 2.0. So you gotta get a perimeter defender, and Rose doesn't play any defense either. So don't think he's going to come in to be a completely different player. He does not play any defense. He shows effort. He has the tools to be a really, really good defender. He just doesn't do it. So, it is what it is. Yeah, but Hornacek, I think Hornacek is I think he can be a decent coach. I've seen what he did at Phoenix. He basically them from obscurity, and turned them into a really good squad. I don't know if that same system will work, because that whole run and gun. Nah, Melo's not running. That's everything everything starts and ends with Melo. Whatever Melo is capable of doing, so goes the team. I don't think Melo's going to run up and down the court trying to. He's going to try to get. He's going to average the most shots on the squad, but I don't think he's going to run up and down and try to get even more shots. So.
All right. Yeah. And listen, Av, what your thoughts as far as what everybody else said, and if you want to expand on what you were saying as far as the undrafted picks, I know you talked about Ron Baker coming from Wichita State, played with Clee Anthony early with the Shockers out there, and Plumlee, the other Plumlee brother, and then even what Sim brought up as far as Gomez coming from Spain. What else you want to add to it as well?
Well, as I was alluding to earlier, the undrafted signed rookies that we did get, get to start with Marvell Harris from Fresno State. He's a scoring machine in Fresno. He's going to be in the summer league, so you guys, if you're watching basketball over the weekend, I will not. Unfortunately, I'll be in the Bahamas. But
here you go.
Don't rub it in. But just keep in mind, he's a guy that averaged 20 and 4 and 4 assists in about 37 minutes of playing time in his senior year. Is a pretty good 3-point shooter. So I can see him probably breaking through. If not, he's definitely going into the developmental league. You're looking at a guy like Marshall Plumlee, beast for Duke. I like the fact that, we know what his brothers are about, and you look at him, and he's ripped in comparison, so I'm kind of excited about that. And then, of course, the first one we all heard about, my man from Wichita State.
Clee Anthony?
No, Ron Baker.
Translate? Well, okay.
No, Ron Baker, he averaged about 14 and 4. In Wichita State, he's an okay two guard. He's a little undersized. I'm kind of surprised that that Phil actually signed him, but I guess he liked the fact that he's a pretty good 3-point shooter. He's a high bottom shooter. I don't know how all this is going to translate into NBA defensive and how they would work out in the NBA, but we'll get a very good idea of that when the summer league starts in Orlando. But in terms of the free agency, I'm not saying we should get Noah, we should get this guy. I'm kind of like sitting back and just listening to what I have been listening to, and that's basically just people's reactions to the Rose trade from Chicago to New York, and I'm kind of interested in what people react to whatever news is being heard about Kevin Durant. And it's really interesting to me that since the Derrick Rose trade, how many new Knicks fans all of a sudden showed up, and how many. I saw that during the NBA Finals, how so many people and guys, Chris, Steve, I've been meaning to ask you. We may have to do another one of those bandwagon band joints coming in, sometime during the summer, because it's really sad when I see guys start off at the beginning of the season in orange and blue, and as the season prolonged, the orange turned to yellow, and then once Game 7 happened, that blue turned into burgundy, and now they're burgundy and gold. But they claim to be Knicks fans.
Yep.
But free agency, whatever happens, happens. But if you're gonna rock with a team, stay with a team. I don't like this flip-flop shit.
Amen. Yeah, I don't know where all those Warrior fans are either. Knickerbocker Ave. There was 1 billion of them a couple of weeks ago.
Now they're all wearing burgundy and gold. Funny how that works, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't really know what's going on. Steve, what you got, bro?
Nah, I got nothing else. Unless you want to add something, we'll go back around for final thoughts to get everybody's final take on this free agency period.
I just want to say we have a real spirited show tonight. This is what we do every Wednesday. We talk about it's the Knickerbocker Ave fan forum. There's always a different topic. This one's free agency. Who knows what the next one will be? But we do this every Wednesday, 929-477-4171. Steve, you got any? You want to kick it for anything, man? You want to say anything? I don't have anything to say, man. You guys have exhausted me. I've learned so much.
Nah,
these past
I'm good. I'm gonna know a little past this tomorrow for his final thoughts, and we go back around.
Yeah.
Get Victor and Sim and Tom and Av's final thoughts as well as yours, Chris. Marlo, your final thoughts. Give us about 30 to 45 seconds on the free agency period and also on our Knicks, and we'll go on to Victor and the Sim, and then Tom.
Again, if we get Durant, great. If not, I'm okay, because we have a lot of pieces to fill and a lot of people who are interested now in playing for the Knicks. So I'm looking forward to Friday, and I just feel that it's going to be, as they say, lit. And shout out to the Bleed Blue Show, Knickerbocker Ave, Asim, all you guys who are on there today, man. It's always great chopping up and talking to you guys about Knicks, man. So I appreciate this station. So what's up to all of y'all, man? Thanks a lot. Respect.
Man, shout out to Maul as well. Wait till the NBA Trivia 2.0 this summer. Woo! I got.
No.
Woo!
You will love it.
I will.
You will love it. Wait till the trivia, man. But if you guys go back in the archives and practice on those Knicks trivia questions on last year's summer, man. Go back in those classics, man. Having guys have a field day. Thank you very much, Marla. Victor, your final thoughts from the Bulls' perspective, from the Bulls side of things, Knicks, and as far as the NBA, and then we'll go to Sim.
Well, on the Bulls' perspective of things, man, I hope they just pick direction and go, man. For God's sakes already, just go. If we're going to blow this whole thing up and start over, trade Jimmy Butler to the highest bidder. If we're not, we need to get some pieces because we got no point guard. I'm not putting my ball in the hands of Jose Calderon ever. And just pick a direction and go with it, man. This offseason is going to tell us a lot. This first week, if cats are really feeling us and they want to come sign with us, then we'll know right off the bat. So I just hope they pick a direction and go with it, man. That's all.
Okay, that's my man right there, Vic, the Bulls fan. And let's see who's up next. Tom, you going to give us about 35, 40 seconds, sir?
Sure. Good luck to you guys starting on Friday. At least one of us will be good this year, hopefully, because last year was pretty bad. That's all I got, guys. Enjoy the show.
Hey, man, don't be a stranger. Show up next week, man. We do this in a lot of different ways.
Cool.
Twitter,
Love it.
Facebook, whatever. Okay.
Love it.
Who's up? All right, thanks, bro. Knickerbocker Ave, it's your show.
Hold on, man. You forgot the champ. How you forget the people's champ?
Oh, shoot. Did I miss my boy? Oh, man.
Yeah, you jumping the gun, man.
You know what? Hey, nothing that the little cognac can't help. All right? You know?
You're going to blame it on the cognac.
No.
Don't let him blame that on the cognac, man.
Put the drink down.
I'm apologizing to him because he knows that's what we do. Okay, go ahead, champ. I'm sorry, sir.
But no, man, it's gonna be interesting. First couple of days of July. Just hoping that we go ahead and we get some pieces that can integrate into the team and make us more competitive. And just hopefully we can see meaningful basketball. March and April of next year. And I'm looking forward to a refueled Knicks and Bulls rivalry because I think this Derrick Rose trade, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder and a grudge with them. So this may bring out somewhat. I don't think it would get to the level of the 90s, but it could possibly reignite that rivalry that's been dormant for a few years.
Oh, man, that's all you got, man? I thought you... I don't know.
All right, man.
That's the champ, man.
The infamous Knickerbocker Ave, your source for the streets. Your final thoughts on the Knickerbocker Ave fan forum on the Bleed Blue Show.
This ain't even going to be Knicks related. This is an open challenge to all NBA fans. On the NBA trivia that Steve likes to do, no matter how he does it, how he spins it, the trophy's staying where it's at, here at the Ave. You can find me at Knickerbocker Ave on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, but right next to it, you're going to see that trophy. I'm done. Good night, guys. I'll see you
he has a point. I forgot. You know what? He has a point. They were racking up a lot of wins last year. That's going to change this summer. I got you. Trust me. That's going to change this
All
summer.
right. Challenge accepted.
I want to hear. I want to give Tom and Victor and Marlo. I want y'all in on this challenge, and everybody out there is going to listen to this archives. Join the NBA fan forum, the trivia. I got you. Trust me. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Little twist to it. Chris, your final thoughts.
No, real quick. Not a whole lot to say. Love this show. This was a very good. I love the spirit of the conversation tonight. You know, I just want the New York Knickerbockers to do basically what the Lakers are doing, which is building up to win instead of just putting a roster together to grab more draft picks or whatever they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. That's just it. Sometimes I wish they were less clandestine, and the team is, but that's not the Zen Master's way. And I guess Vic would know that more than anybody else. But, look, I'm just really, really happy that we're doing something because for a while, the last 2 years, it's been a big head scratcher. But we'll be all right, I think. I have faith in the squad. All right, Steve, close us down, sir.
Yeah, for Marlo, for Victor, for Sim, for Tom, the infamous Knickerbocker Avenue. Chris, myself, we are the Bleed Blue Show, bleedblueshow.com. You can find the Bleed Blue Show on social media, the Facebook fan page, the Bleed Blue Show, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Check out all the audio archives on bleedblueshow.com/podcast, and you can also download these episodes on iTunes, Podcast Republic, TuneIn, and your Stitcher apps. Going to get off on the right foot with this NBA in the summer. Trust. Other than that, more conversation to be had. Bleed blue.
Bleed blue, bleed blue, bleed blue.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Bleed blue, 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 bleed.
Adding the choice of a crispy chicken BLT to Wendy's 4 for $4 is the biggest thing since rappers trying to sing.
I got me a yacht and I sound like a robot.
But do you like the sound of this? Wendy's 4 for $4 now comes with a choice of a junior bacon cheeseburger or a crispy chicken BLT.
From Detroit to Macon, I keep it crisp like bacon.
Both are topped with crispy Applewood smoked bacon and come with 4 nuggets, fries, and a Coke for just $4.
Oh, yeah.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time, meal includes small fries and a drink. Not valid in Alaska and Hawaii. Adding the choice of a crispy chicken BLT to Wendy's 4 for $4 is the biggest thing since rappers trying to sing.
I got me a yacht and I sound like a robot.
But do you like the sound of this? Wendy's 4 for $4 now comes with a choice of a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger or a Crispy Chicken BLT.
From Detroit to Macon, I keep it crisp like bacon.
Both are topped with crispy Applewood smoked bacon and come with 4 nuggets, fries, and a Coke for just $4.
Oh, yeah.
At participating Wendy's for a limited time, meal includes small fries and a drink. Not valid in Alaska and Hawaii.